It's the Sunday evening update for the 19th of January. This briefing is to look at the Arctic cold that we are in now and the potential for snow across parts of Alabama in the Deep South Tuesday and Tuesday night, potential impact. Needless to say, that's the talk of the town, and we'll see if we can come up with all of the answers to your questions. And as we typically like to do, we start things off with the upper air look, the jet stream, if you will. Very deep, long-wave trough developing over the entire eastern half of the United States. That's the delivery mechanism for the air that you feel this evening where it's so cold. We've had some snow flurries today, as expected. No impact, snow showers and snow flurries. And the big snows this evening are well to the northeast of here, up toward D.C., up into Philadelphia, New York City. All the blue on the map there, that's all snow. So temperatures are now at or below freezing from Birmingham north. These observations taken about 3 o'clock. Birmingham 32, Huntsville 31. These cities from Birmingham north will stay below freezing all night tonight, all day tomorrow, all day Tuesday, and then finally Wednesday afternoon will creep up toward the mid and upper 30s. We'll get above freezing in most spots by Wednesday, but this is a long duration period of sub-freezing cold. So here's the watch warning situation. To the southwest, we have winter storm warnings in effect now for much of South Louisiana. The counties in pink on that map. And we've got the counties in blue under a winter storm watch. And there's no change in Alabama. The winter storm watch is in effect. This is for the system Tuesday. In effect, basically south of a line from near York to Moundville, Centerville, Rockford, Wedowee. The northernmost counties in the watch are Sumter, Greene, Hale, Bibb, Chilton, Coosa, Tallapoosa, and Randolph. Counties to the south, all the way to the Gulf Coast. Again, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston, not in this watch. And points north, obviously. It looks like this will be a central South Alabama event. So let's go right to modeling. Let's just try and get right into it. Again, there's that big trough tomorrow over the east, and we're just cold and dry. We start the day well down in the teens. In fact, let's look at the numbers. These are the projected temperatures tomorrow morning coming off the high-resolution HER model. And understand the wind chill indices could be 0 or maybe below 0 in parts of North Alabama, but actual air temperatures for the northern third of the state will be in that 10 to 18-degree range. From Birmingham north. South Alabama in the 20s of freeze all the way down to Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Dauphin Island. So even a freeze on the immediate coast tomorrow morning. And again, for the northern third of the state, temperatures stay below freezing all day, but the day will be dry, partly to mostly sunny. So Tuesday, here comes our storm system. The snow will likely creep into the west and southwest counties of the state by mid to late morning, then becoming fairly widespread over the southern half of Alabama Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening. This is the GFS valid at 3 o'clock Tuesday. Of course, the blue, that's snow. And it shows potential for a few snowflakes almost up to Interstate 20. And I'll just say up front, that's the hardest part of this forecast. It's dealing with these larger cities along Interstate 20, Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, Anniston. If you live in those places, you might miss out completely. Not a single snowflake. However, you might get a half inch of snow that makes for horribly messy, icy roads. It's not going to take much with these temperatures and this cold infrastructure for the roads to become pretty tricky. It's a really close call. Now, check this out. All right, so look at here. So this is the high-resolution NAM. This is the 3-kilometer NAM, and this is valid Tuesday evening at 5 o'clock. Now, you talk about an outlier. It shows nothing for most of the state. The snow is from Dothan over to Bay Minette, Dothan, Enterprise, and Geneva. That's it. It shunts this thing way to the south. But the other global models are hanging in there like they have been. This is the European. This is the Canadian. Both are very similar to what we've seen for the past several days. And again, you just look for consistency. And again, for some reason, the high-resolution NAM, it's far, far south. Could it be right? Sure. Listen, forecasting the future is hard. But again, we'll kind of stick with the consensus of these global models which show potential for accumulating snow for the southern half of the state. This is the probabilistic outlook from the European ensembles. And this is the probability of 1 inch of snow or greater. And the higher probabilities, over 50%, are basically along and south of US 80. Numbers really drop off toward Interstate 20. So this is the national blend of models. And again, I think in this situation, we probably want to look at this instead. This is the SHREF, the short-range ensemble forecast. And typically at a short range with a winter storm event, it performs a little better. And I think that's kind of the right idea that you see here. You can see in the blue, where you see blue on this map, that's potential where 2 inches of snow, 2 or 3 inches of snow could get down. So if you're looking for 2 to 3 inches of snow, your better chance with this event, based on what we see now, would be in places like Jackson, Grove Hill, Monroeville, Greenville, Evergreen, Troy, Eufaula, South Alabama. Montgomery, 1 to 2 inches and maybe an inch, up to places like Greensboro and Marion, Clanton, Rockford, Alexander City, maybe an inch or so there. But notice the SHREF is spitting out 1/2 inch total snow for Tuscaloosa, Birmingham, and Anniston. And if by chance that verifies, again, with this cold air and with the infrastructure so cold, I've seen it many times. Understand, I've been doing this a long time. 1/2 inch of snow can make roads a skating rink in a very cold air mass. So just be aware that it's a close call for Birmingham. And let's quickly look at the ice potential. This is coming off the NBM, and there's going to be a little sleet and freezing rain. That's the other question. People down in Mobile, they're saying, well, wait a minute. What about us? The map you just showed shows maybe an inch for Mobile and no snow accumulation for Gulf Shores, Orange Beach, Dauphin Island, Pensacola. And the deal is the cities near the Gulf Coast, they'll see more of a mix with some sleet and freezing rain involved. And thankfully, the ice accumulation totals look relatively low. But again, understand, we all know that accumulating ice is not good for anything. That could create some tough driving conditions. The heavier ice accumulations are showing up actually in South Georgia and North Florida. So again, just to kind of summarize the basic scenario here, snow will begin in southwest Alabama mid to late morning Tuesday, then expanding into the southern half of the state Tuesday afternoon and Tuesday evening. The chance of the really good 2 to 3 inch snow amounts will be south of US 80, South Alabama, south of a line from Demopolis to Selma to Montgomery to Opelika, the blue on this map. Again, that's a 2 to 3 inch zone. North of US 80, again, places like Demopolis, Marion, Clanton, Prattville, Alexander City, Roanoke, you might get an inch. And again, the hard part, I will tell you, that is the most challenging part of this, and we can't give you the best answer now because it's so close. It's the population centers of Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston for Tuesday morning. Or Tuesday. The snow should begin late morning Tuesday, then become widespread Tuesday afternoon. The question is, do we need to go to work or school? I don't think it's time to make that decision yet because it's so close. We should have better, obviously, as we get closer, we'll have better clarity. We'll get the new OZ model set tonight and have another look at it early tomorrow morning. But for Birmingham, Tuscaloosa, Anniston, for a lot of you, you might not see a single flake. However, if you do, if you see a 1/2 inch or 1 inch, that could create some really, really icy driving conditions. And you know my position on giving travel advice? I don't, because I have no way of knowing future road conditions. We're not in the business of forecasting road conditions. We give you these broad ideas, but we recommend you go to the algotraffic.com site once this thing starts for the latest on traffic. And also, everybody has a different risk tolerance level. For some people driving in this stuff, it's okay. For others, they don't want to have anything to do with it. And of course, a lot of people have 2014s fresh in their mind, even though that was 11 years ago. And we all know what happened. And understand, that wasn't that much snow. Now, 2014 was a flash freeze. We're not going to have a flash freeze this time because the snow is not going to melt. In 2014, the ground was warm, the snow came down, the snow melted, and it turned to ice because the air was so cold. In this case, the ground is going to be just almost frozen. So the snow comes down, there's no melting, and there's no flash freeze. But again, with the cold infrastructure, we've all seen problems easily with a 1/2 inch of snow. And it's not about the amount of snow, it's about the impact to humans. That's the bottom line here. So let's look at the plumes real quick. And again, at this phase of the game here, I want to look at the SREF plumes, the SREF, short range ensemble forecast, not the global models. This is a higher resolution look. And this is for Birmingham. And again, we're looking for the mean, which is the black line. And for Birmingham, the mean, it's a little under 1/2 inch. And again, if we do get 1/2 inch in Birmingham, that's going to make for some icy travel Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, Wednesday morning. But let's look at Mobile. And the mean is about 1 inch. It's come down. The European was spitting out a 3-inch mean on the plumes we showed you this morning and yesterday. But again, the SREF is higher resolution, and it's a little better equipped to handle this. And remember, in Mobile, there's going to be a mix of sleet and some freezing rain that will reduce the snow potential. But still, you got a mean of 1 inch of snow. How often do you see that in Mobile, Alabama? But again, most likely the better good accumulation numbers will be a little north of Mobile, right through south central Alabama. Wow. Again, Milry, Jackson, Grove Hill, Monroeville, Greenville, Evergreen, Troy, Luverne, Brundage, Eufaula. I keep on naming these towns all day, but if you're in the blue on that map, those are the places I'm talking about. So again, it's going to be very interesting to see what the atmosphere can deliver on Tuesday. But again, I stress, this forecast could change. We'll do this again tomorrow morning, and we might be showing you some different looks here. But real quick, we've had some pretty good snow flurries today. This was up at the Little River Canyon. If you've never been, you really need to go. This is an amazing part of Alabama, up in the northeastern corner of the state, not too far from Fort Payne, DeKalb County. Just beautiful up there, and especially when you've got snow showers like that. That was a snow shower that came down this morning. And our friends up in Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg, they're sending in a lot of the snow pictures today. That's from Pigeon Forge. It's Dollywood's Dream Moor Resort there. Looking awfully good. The snow is winding down in Gatlinburg and Pigeon Forge, and for this thing on Tuesday, they'll miss it completely in the Great Smokies. This is a far, far southern system. Again, you look at the plume, the ensembles here, the probabilistic outlook, and you can see that swath from Houston to New Orleans. New Orleans under a winter storm warning. You don't see that often. And then curving up through South Alabama, South Georgia, then hugging the coast of the Carolinas. Again, there's a lot of weeping and gnashing of teeth for some of the inland cities on how much snow they get over there, but there could be some freezing rain, sleet, or maybe some snow for places like Charleston, Myrtle Beach, maybe the Outer Banks. But again, you can see the really high probabilities across southeastern Texas into South Louisiana, where those winter storm warnings are currently in effect. Those are the areas in pink, and this begins over there Monday night for Houston and Lake Charles. And then it expands into here on Tuesday. And again, for Alabama, looks like it begins Tuesday mid to late morning. The most widespread snow probably Tuesday afternoon, Tuesday evening, then it's over by midnight. Let's look at the temperatures real quick in terms of the warm-up, because that's the other thing. Where snow gets down, understand, obviously, we'll have icy roads Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. Now, Wednesday morning, we climb a little above freezing. There might be some improvement Wednesday, but notice Thursday morning we go right back down to 20, and this is for Birmingham. Your number could be different, but we could clearly see some icy problems into Thursday morning. And then Thursday, mid-40s, Friday, mid-40s, and then we'll be up there near 60 by Sunday, a week from today. And that'll be like a tropical heat wave. But again, remember, we're all talking about this snow potential here, but the other thing is the cold. I mean, this is a pretty severe cold wave for the Deep South. Is again, many spots in North Alabama, you're below freezing now. You're below freezing all night tonight, all day tomorrow, all day Tuesday, and it will be sometime midday Wednesday before you go above freezing. And not by far, then right back down to 20 by Thursday morning of next week. So that's the way it looks now. We will, again, look at all the new data coming in. I'll post some notes over on the social platforms on Facebook and the Gram. The talk is back. Wow, went down, came right back. I guess I better do a talk update. But we have supplementary notes on the blog, alabamawx.com. The next video here will be the typical Monday morning time, about 5:15 to 5:30. And then, of course, we'll do one tomorrow afternoon as well. So that's the latest. Thank you guys for watching. Always watch for updates, and we'll talk early tomorrow morning. Thanks for watching. Have a great Sunday evening, and God bless.